Bugungi darsimizda Camera 16 test 4 part 2 logic analizini ko'rib chiqamiz. Birinchi marta savollarni o'qib olamiz, keyin javoblarga topishga harakat qilamiz. Local council report on traffic and highways, a survey from people's main concern about traffic in the area was. Main concern keyword public transport, cuts to public transport. Ya'ni public transportni kamaytirib tashlaganligi, poor maintenance of roads, ya'ni remont qilinmasligi, change in type of traffic, ya'ni qatnovning o'zgarib ketganligi, qatnov turidagi o'zgarishlar. Which change will shortly be made? Shortly keyword to the cycle path next to the river. Riverning yonidagi cycle pathga qanaqa o'zgarishlar yaqinda bo'ladi? Widened kengaytirilar ekan, extended uzaytirilar ekan, resurfaced yuzasi o'zgartirilar ekan, yuzasi yaxshilanar ekan. Plans for the pedestrian crossing have been postponed. Demak, unda pedestrian crossingdagi planlar postpone qilindi. Postpone degani kechiktirilibdi. Nimaga? Post office moved, ya'ni post office ko'chib ketibdi. Proposed location unsafe, ya'ni berilgan lokatsiya emas, safe emas. Nimadir bo'lishi mumkin. Funding is not available. Demak, pul yo'q ekan o'sha ish qilishga. On station road notices have been erected. Qanaqa notislar erect qilinganligini topishimiz kerak. Telling cyclists not to leave their bikes outside station ticket office. O'sha cyclist, ya'ni velosipedchilarga ticket office tashqarisida qo'yib ketma, velosipedlarni normal joyga qo'y. Motorists to switch off engines. Pedestrians leave enough time for crossing. Demak, shuni o'z ko'rganingiz mumkin. Shu keywordlar bizga muhim bo'ladi. Shuni topishga harakat qilamiz.
Part 2. You will hear a town councillor reporting on the local transport network and a recreation facility. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 14.
Well, we now have the results of the survey carried out last month about traffic and road transport in the town. People were generally satisfied with the state of the roads. There were one or two complaints about potholes, which will be addressed, but a significant number of people complained about the increasing number of heavy vehicles using our local roads to avoid traffic elsewhere. We'd expected more complaints by commuters about the reduction in the train service, but it doesn't seem to have affected people too much. The cycle path that...
O'z ko'rganingizdek, road maintenance bo'yicha muammo yo'q dedi. Eng asosiy problema change in the type of vehicle dedi. O'zini trafikdan qochib, o'zini heavy vehicle o'zini bizani yo'lga uryapti, o'shani shu yomon dedi. Customer public transportdan expect qilgandik dedi. O'sha kutgandik, odamlar ko'p unaqa norozi bo'lishini, lekin unaqa bo'lmadi dedi. Xo'p, o'qiymiz endi ko'ramiz. Mana o'z ko'rganingizdek, mana well, now the result of survey, people were generally satisfied with the state of the road. Demoqchimda, odamlar satisfied, udovletoрием bo'lgan yo'llarning holati bo'yicha. There were one or two complaints about the potholes which will be addressed. Demak, bir ikkita complaint bo'lgan. But a significant number of people complained about the increasing number of heavy vehicles. Demoqchimda, og'ir gruziklarni o'sha yo'llardan o'tishi haqida ana bo'lgan ekan. Complaint bo'lgan ekan. We had expected more complaints by commuters about the reduction of the train service, but doesn't seem to be affected people too much. Demak, train servicedagi reductionda biz muammolarga sabab bo'ladi bo'lgan, lekin bunaqa bo'lmadi. Odamlarga muammo anaqa ta'sir o'tkazmagan shekilli bu dedi. Uchinchi ham buni sini oldik. Keyingisi.
Alongside the river is very well used by both cyclists and pedestrians since the surface was improved last year. But overtaking can be a problem, so we're going to add a bit on the side to make it wider. At some stage, we'd like to extend the path so that it goes all the way through the town, but that...
What are you talking about? Move. Do. Xo'p, o'z ko'rganingizdek, cycle pass ko'p ishlatiladi. Resurface qilingandan keyin o'sha yuzasi o'zgartirib remont qilingandan keyin zo'r ishlatilib boshlandi dedi. Lekin overtaking, ya'ni o'sha oshib o'tishmi menimcha, quvib o'tish muammo bo'lyapti. O'sha uchun ham misol widenroq qilamiz dedi. Yaqinda extendedni qilishimiz mumkin, lekin bu long runda bo'ladi. Bu yaqin orada bo'ladigan ish emas dedi. Mana o'qiymiz. Xo'p. Cycle paths along runs alongside the river is very well used by both cyclists and pedestrians since the surface was improved last year. O'z ko'rganingizdek, improve qilingan last year. but overtaking can be a problem. Mana o'z ko'rganingizdek, we're going to add a bit on the side to make it wider qilamiz dedi. O'sha uchun ham bu qismni olamiz. At some stage we would like to extend the path so that it goes wide through the town, but won't be happening in the immediate future. Yaqin tez immediate degan so'zni bilishingiz kerak. O'qisunda immediate degan so'z bilmasangiz javob topolmaysiz. Immediate future da shu ishni qilamiz degan gap bo'ldi. Shuning uchun ham bu qismda A javobini oldik. Keyingisi.
It won't be happening in the immediate future. The plans to have a pedestrian crossing next to the post office have unfortunately had to be put on hold for the time being. We budgeted for this to be done this financial year, but then there were rumours that the post office was going to move, which would have meant there wasn't really a need for a crossing. Now they've confirmed that they're staying where they are, but the Highways Department have told us that it would be dangerous to have a pedestrian crossing where we'd originally planned it, as there's a bend in the road there, so that'll need some more thought.
O'z ko'rganingizdek, pedestrian crossing postpone qilindi dedi. Xo'p, shu yilgi moliyaviy yilga plan qilgan edi. Bu degani bizda finansiy muammolar bo'lmagandi, finansiy muammolar yo'q edi dedi. Undan keyin finansiy muammolar yo'q edi, shuning uchun ham seni chiqarib tashladik. Post office move qiladigan rumorlar bor edi. Lekin aytishdi, move qilmaymiz. Move qilmas ekan edi, o'zgarmas ekan edi. Lekin o'sha safety regulation nimadir dedi. Shu qisqasi dangerous bo'lar ekan dedi. O'sha gapni topib olamiz hozir. Mana unfortunately put on hold. Mana put on hold degan postpone degan sinonimi. Yodlab olishingiz kerak. We have budgeted for this to be done this financial year. Ko'rganingizdek, finansiy muammo yo'q. Budget qilishga mo'ljallashgan. But there were rumors that post office was going to move, which would have meant that there were really need for crossing. Now they have confirmed that they are staying where they are, but the Highways Department have told us it would be dangerous to have pedestrian crossing where we had originally planned. There's a bend in the road here. O'z ko'rganingizdek, o'sha unsafe bo'lgani uchun, xavfliroq bo'lgani uchun buni o'ylab ko'rishga majbur bu bechoralar. Keyingi o'tamiz.
On Station Road near the station and level crossing, drivers can face quite long waits if the level crossing is closed, and we've now got signs up requesting them not to leave their engines running at that time. This means pedestrians waiting on the pavement to cross the railway line don't have to breathe in car fumes. We've had some problems with cyclists leaving their bikes chained to the railings outside the ticket office, but the station has agreed to provide bike racks there.
O'z ko'rganingizdek, notices have been erected. O'sha motorini o'chirib qo'y, chunki motorindagi o'sha chiqadigan zaharli tutunlarni kesib o'tadigan odam anaqa qilgan emasdan, o'sha briz qilmasinda kasallanmasin degan notislar erak qilinishgan ekan. Cyclistda o'sha bayklarni tashib ketar, lekin station ticket office bike racklarni qo'yishga rozi bo'ldi degan gapi bor. Drivers can face quite long waits if their level crossing closed. We have now got signs up mana got signs up demek ustunda signlarni erect qildik. Erect up sinonimi get signs up degani o'sha erect sinonim ustunda sign notice requesting them not to leave their engines running at the time. O'sha engine running qilmasdan qo'yishni so'ragan ekan. O'sha uchun ham bu javob bo'ladi. Mana o'z ko'rganingizdek mana we have some problems with cyclists leaving their bikes chained to the railings, but the station agreed to provide bike racks there. Xo'p, keyingi qismga o'tamiz. Bilmadim, endi bu foydali bo'ladimi sizlarga, foydali bo'lmaydimi? Ko'ramiz, feedbackni olib keyin ko'ramiz. Okay, let's continue. Xo'p, burada vaqt beradi. Vaqt beradi bizga o'qib olishga, o'qib olmaymiz.
So next on the agenda is proposals for improvements to the recreation ground.
Okay.
Councillor Thornton again.
Well, since we managed to extend the recreation ground, we've spent some time talking to local people about how it could be made a more attractive and useful space. If you have a look at the map up on the screen, you can see the river up in the north and the community hall near the entrance from the road. At present, cars can park between the community hall and that line of trees to the east, but this is quite dangerous for pedestrians, so we're suggesting a new car park on the opposite side of the community hall, right next to it.
O'z ko'rganingizdek, new car parkni C deb qo'yaylik dedi, chunki yerda hozir tushuntirib beraman. Yerda hozir line of tree bilan community hall orasida shunday kirib car parkga qo'ysa bo'ladi, lekin bu dangerous for pedestrian edi. O'sha uchun ham community hall on the opposite side edi. Community hall next to it community hallga qo'yamiz edi. O'sha uchun ham C bo'ldi. C'ni chiqarib tashlaymiz. Bu new car parkga joyi.
Also have a new location for the cricket pitch. As we've now purchased additional space to the east of the recreation ground, beyond the trees, we plan to move it away from its current location, which is rather near the road, into this new area beyond the line of trees. This means
Part 3.
Wow.
Part 2.
about how it could be made quite dangerous for pedestrians to have a new location for the cricket pitch. As we've now purchased additional space to the east of the recreation ground, beyond the trees, we plan to move it away from its current location, which is rather near the road, into this new area beyond the line of trees. This means there's less danger of stray balls hitting cars or pedestrians.
O'zingiz ko'rganingizdek, hozirgi I'dagi lokatsiyasidan F'ga o'tkazamiz, chunki masalan yangi yer sotib olganimizdan keyin o'sha yangi yerlarni ishlatamiz degan gapni aytdi. O'sha uchun ham bu qismda bu F javob bo'ladi. F'ni chiqarib tashlaymiz. Children's playgroundga o'tamiz.
We've got plans for a children's playground, which will be accessible by a footpath from the community hall and will be alongside the river. We'd originally thought of having it close to the road, but we think this will be a more attractive location.
O'zingiz ko'rganingizdek, hop, along the river dedi. O'sha uchun ham along the river olamiz. Accessible by footpath dedi. O'sha uchun ham bu qismda A ni olar ekanmiz. Primyan A bo'ldi menimcha, adashmagan bo'lsam. Keyingiga o'tamiz. Hop, javoblarni ko'rsammi? Keyinroq ko'rsam ana.
The skateboard ramp is very popular with both younger and older children. We had considered moving this up towards the river, but in the end we decided to have it in the southeast corner near the road. The pavilion is very
Southeast corner near the road o'sha uchun ham A bo'ladi. A ga qo'ymoqchi edik, riverga yaqinroq qo'ymoqchi edik, lekin ayni ma'qulroq ko'rdik degan gaplar gapirishdi. Pavilion haqida gap ketyapti bu. Pavilion ketdi javob.
well used at present by both football players and cricketers. It will stay where it is now, to the left of the line of trees and near to the river, handy for both the football and cricket pitches.
Hop, to the left of the line of trees, left, near the river bo'ladi, o'sha uchun ham bo'ladi javobimiz. Shu tushunarli bo'lyapti degan umiddaman, bilmayman. Endi qaysi format yoqadi o'quvchilarga. Notice board.
And finally, we'll be getting a new notice board for local information, and that will be directly on people's right as they go from the road into the recreation ground.
Hop, from the road to the recreation ground ga kirganda endi rightda bo'ladi, o'sha uchun ham H bo'ladi javobimiz. Hop, shu bilan hozir endi javoblarni o'qiylik. O'sha uchun ham o'sha orqali ham ketdi. Hop, new car park on the opposite side of community hall and next to it. Demak, opposite side community hall next to it bo'ldi. Keyingisiga children's playground accessible by footpath from the community hall east of the recreation ground beyond the trees. Bu ham bo'ldi. Keyingisi footpath from the community hall will be alongside the river. Alongside the river bu A bo'ldi. Keyingisi skateboard ramp in the southeast corner near the road bo'ldi. Mana bu A bo'ldi. Keyingisi stay where it's now to the left of the line of trees and near the river bu E bo'ldi. Directly on people's right as they go from the road into recreation ground bu H bo'ldi. Xo'p, shu bilan bugungi section 2 part 2 darsimiz ham o'z nihoyasiga yetadi. Bilmaymiz, bu просто nima deydi uni? Testovoy formatda olinayotgan videolar. Bilmayman, yoqsa yoqadi, yoqsa zo'r. Davom ettiramiz. Agar yoqmasa, bu narsani to'xtatamiz. Просто bu testovoy formatda olinayotgan videolar edi. Rahmat view uchun.